Hello and welcome to another edition of On Board with Cruise Passenger. I'm Rosie Jacobs, your host.
And I'm Peter Lynch, Editor-in-Chief of cruisepassenger.com.au and Cruise and Travel magazine.
Well, today we're all going to feel just a little bit envious, myself in particular.
Yep.
Peter and our guest are taking us to a party.
We are indeed. That's right, Rose. You're joining us today is Jason Worth, Asia Pacific Vice President, Sales and General Manager of Oceania Cruises. Jason, hello.
G'day,
Hello.
Jason. Welcome.
Hello, Rose and Peter. Good to be here.
Jason and I were at the launch of Oceania Vista, the line's newest ship, at Valletta in Malta. And it was quite a party since you mentioned it, Rose.
Already.
There
Here
were
we go.
fireworks. Harry Connik Jr. sang. There was a celebrity godmother in the form of a chef.
Cool.
And a 21-gun salute as we sailed out of Malta.
Don't you get that everywhere you go,
Yeah,
Peter?
that's true, yeah.
And I'm a huge
Lucky they
fan.
missed.
Harry Connik Jr., how cool's that? You don't just bring out any old celebrity. Like, that's pretty cool. That's epic.
It was our newest ship, so we had to do everything big.
And the first ship in a decade.
Yeah, we're very proud. We really took it to the next level from Riviera Marina, were our last new build, and we kind of looked at what worked on those ships and then just took it to the next level.
Oh, yeah, you certainly did.
It definitely sounds like a party that I missed out on. I'm already jealous. So, all right, guys, tell us what is new on the Oceania Vista.
Yeah, I guess,
Jason,
should I start,
You
Peter?
go first.
Yeah. Well, she's the first of a new class of vessels, so we're calling it the Allura class. And that's alluding to her sister ship, which will be called Allura, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But she has room for 1,200 guests and 782 crew. So the staff to guest ratio is extremely high.
Oh, yeah.
And what's interesting, it's a similar tonnage to Marina Riviera, which hold 1,250 guests, but we elected to have less staterooms, less people, and opted for more space in the staterooms, as well as additional restaurant concepts, which I'm sure we'll jump into.
I love it. Although I've got to say 1,200 guests compared to so many cruise ships that are now being built, that's already a really good number in my book. I don't like feeling overcrowded or one of a mass of people. So 1,200 to me already sounds quite exclusive. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I must say, I think the way the ship is able to go right up into port and there's no problem about disembarking for your shore excursions, it's a real pleasure. And I certainly felt you could see what was going on inside the ship. The corridors are wider, the public spaces are grander and bigger. So it really did give you that great impression of being in a mansion.
Yes, and no doubt, being one of 1,200, you must have felt quite special, Peter.
Well, yeah.
We know you like feeling special. But I'm also told that the ship also has one chef for every 10 guests. That's insane.
And the reason we do it is because we have the finest cuisine at sea, Rose. So we need to keep those standards high. And we have our trained chefs ready and at the ready to serve all their best cuisine to the guests. So one of the things that we do with that high staff ratio on the culinary side is make everything to order. So there's nothing pre-made sitting on a hot plate. It's all made fresh for all guests. And it's all included. All the dining's included.
Amazing. And I've got to say, when you are experiencing that where it's made fresh on the ship, you can taste the difference.
Yeah. And we went round the kitchens on one of those guided tours with the head chef, who was an absolutely brilliant guy. And you could tell the amount of training and effort and actually, real enthusiasm that went into every dish. Wherever you were in those kitchens, there were people who were experts making their own particular kind of food.
And enthusiastic people eating that food, no doubt, Peter.
Yep, that would be us. But look, we're going to talk a lot about food in this edition, so stand by, unbuckle your belts. But there are other specials on this ship that I think are quite unique and people will really enjoy. I mean, one of them is the Artist's Loft, which I think is a really exciting addition to a ship like this. You can learn to paint, but the artist in residence, Willard Allen, is actually a specialist in painting plates. So you can actually take a course and go down to the artist loft and you get your plate and you can use acrylic to decorate your paint. And Willard will show you how to do it. I thought it was really great fun.
It sounds fantastic. I love the idea of designer plates. I'm getting classier as I get older. I don't know if my version of painting the plate would be all that classy, but I would love just having a go at that. It sounds like a fantastic activity.
Yeah, it's rather ironic considering, Jason, you've got Versace plates in the grand dining room, right?
Yeah, we probably won't hit those ones.
Are we allowed to just copy the Versace design? Is that allowed?
But
that definitely...
it is a big deal, the Artist Loft. So we have it on Marina Riviera, and because it's so popular, we included it as well on Vista and its sister ship Allura. And we're looking to even enhance that further with future plans in the works for possibly shore excursions associated with the Artist Loft. So watch that.
It definitely sounds like a great point of difference, that's for sure. Yep. It's going to be a big hit, no doubt, Jason.
Definitely. And with that kind of creative space, we've added our Lynch Digital Center, which is great for those that want a little helpful tips in their social media posts, their photography. You can even take home an iPad, take it to your stateroom, and do a self-study course. Brief.
You did that, Peter.
Yeah,
I did. I took the iPad course, and it's a really great idea because everybody arrives on these ships. They've got all this equipment. I mean, you've got your iPhone, and you want to take the best pictures. You want to post the best pictures. So actually having an expert tell you how to do it was a really great idea. So I got a lot of tips, and you can see them all on cruisepassenger.com.au. We did a video. We did lots of social posts, particularly at the party, and we can take you around the kitchens and the food, I have to say. You'll get lots of pictures of food. And it was a really good course. So another great addition. I think it was a really, really popular idea.
I've got to actually say thank you to you, Jason, for that, because Peter's photography skills have improved out of sight as a result. So thank you.
You're welcome. And I guess another change we made was the spa and fitness area. So our Aquamar Spa, which we have on all our ships, and Vitality Center, we've included it on Vista, but it's an even bigger space. There's a pool, jacuzzi at the spa terrace. It's fantastic.
I've got to say, the most stunning deck at that back area there, where you can lie in the sun, you can be in your jacuzzi, a great pool, and it is next to the fitness center. You're absolutely right. Great emphasis on health. So really going hand in hand with the best cuisine at sea. And I have to say, a masterstroke, Jason, no weighing machine in the fitness center.
No scales.
Really good idea. When I asked, I know you're going to say, why did you ask, Peter? When I asked, the guy was aghast. He said, what would you want that for?
Don't torture yourself. You're on holidays. Yeah, but that does make sense because people have this fear that it's just pure gluttony on a cruise and then you come back and you have to work it all off. But these days it really is, it's about maintaining that healthy balance, and you can do your fitness, you can have your spa and relaxation.
Yoga.
And enjoy all the finest cuisine at the same time.
Absolutely right. And look, one other new addition on the ship, the Aquamar kitchen, which was one of my personal favorites. Definitely one of for what are called flexitarians.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, who knew?
The what?
Flexitarians, vegetarians who occasionally indulge in meat or fish.
Oh, okay.
In other words, they're flexible.
Okay, because I was thinking it was a vegetarian doing yoga, but no. Okay, great. All right, so, I would call myself a flexitarian. I just eat anything at all times. That's it.
I'm very flexible. Well, I'm actually a vegetarian, so so the Aquamar kitchen was fantastic for me. I think I ate there most mornings for breakfast, and they had these beautiful different smoothies, juices you could have, even the turmeric latte, things like that.
I love turmeric latte.
They're so trendy right now.
Exactly. You're in a cafe in Bondi or something,
Absolutely.
I live in Bondi. Yeah.
Organic power bowls, breakfast wraps, and then yellowfin tacos with white cabbage.
Tacos? Do you mean Tacos, Peter.
You say tacos, I say tacos. Or even a crunchy chicken sandwich on freshly baked bread. 4 kinds of avocado toast.
Okay, now you do sound like you're in Bondi.
4 kinds of avocado toast. Can you believe that?
No, can you explain?
Well, actually, Jason, you can explain.
I can, sure. We have classic avocado toast, so that's what I went with. Just kind of the classic version, beautiful. Why mess with success, right?
Yeah,
But we also we try to be creative. So we have a poached egg avocado toast. We have a sun-dried tomato with pomegranate, pumpkin seeds, and it's made on this rustic farmer's bread, just beautiful thick bread. And then there's our signature avocado with Mexican spiced prawns, and finally cut salmon avocado.
I've got to say, spiced prawns was my favorite.
I get it now.
What a revelation. And you're not going to believe this, but I actually had spiced prawns for lunch with 0 alcohol champagne.
Oh, really?
I know. And it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious.
Sounds brilliant to me. It sounds amazing.
Thank you so much, Rose. Love it. Yes. And then there's a culinary centre, Jason, which the Vista has enlarged.
Exactly. It was such a hit on Marina and Riviera. And again, like I said, we enhanced those things that worked well. So we added more space to the culinary center on Vista. So now it has 24 individual workstations. So you don't have to couple up, if you want to do your own thing.
I get very creative. I'm like, get out of my dance space. Yeah. So that works for me.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to eat your own as well. You might not want to share.
Yeah.
And it's just a great opportunity to hear a little history from the chef. They'll guide you through some recipes. It's kind of, a lot of the prep work is done for you. And you come out with a beautiful experience at the end of it. And then we've also added culinary discovery tours, which are these small boutique tours that you'll join the chef from the culinary center ashore. And you'll go through a market, for instance, and they'll tell you what they look for when they shop for produce. And then you'll either bring it back and cook on board or go to a fine dining establishment ashore.
Amazing. And I'm imagining Peter would be using his new photography skills, doing something like that market excursion.
All over it, in focus, beautifully taken, absolutely right. But yeah, look, those shoreside markets in the Mediterranean are really such a treat.
Yeah.
They really, really produce some gems.
It's like a feast for the eyes.
And then
in
taking
every
them
way.
back on the ship and cooking them. And the chefs are all very, very enthusiastic, amazingly good at teaching you new recipes.
Yeah.
And you go away with something. So
That's
you take
right.
away your recipe, you can cook it at home.
And I can then
and remember
head to the
your
markets,
cruise on the Vista.
the farmers'
really
markets at home, and feel like I'm not just some, novice picking out random things. I could actually, use that as skills down the track and be inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Absolutely great idea.
Well, okay, before we get everyone to switch off because they're so hungry and rush off to the kitchen, tell me a little bit more about the ambience on board, guys.
Well, look, I really loved it. I mean, just to jump in there, Jason. So I've spoken about the space, but I also loved that relaxed luxury feel from furnishings, big chairs, timber. The library, I thought, brilliant addition. 3 rooms, dark wood, and great chairs you can just sit in with a big format book. Plenty of nooks and crannies to tuck yourself away. I really think that it was a great ship to feel at home. That kind of domestic, lived-in, gee, this is my front room feel.
Yeah, we call it country club casual.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
you don't have to dress up. There's no ties or ball gown required, and that makes it a little more just feel like home. And that's what we're really going for. So you can get dressed up if you do want to, dinner, or if you want a pre-dinner drink or post-dinner drink, maybe go to the entertainment at night. We did launch on Vista our Founders Bar, which was this hidden little bar around the kind of back of the casino area. And it's really almost like that speakeasy style. 1920s experience, the handlebar mustache,
very
bartender.
cool.
And they make some beautiful drinks there. really special cocktails, whether or not you like the alcohol or the zero alcohol. We have them both.
Yeah, really nice atmosphere in there, didn't you find? I mean, actually, very popular late into the evening, but really, really pleasant place to
I've got to
meet new
say,
people.
I love the idea of any kind of secret or hidden nook bar that you have to kind of, go on a little hunt for, and then you feel like you're part of the secret crowd that when you found it. And I am just picturing Peter in his tuxedo at all times because you'll often find him in his living room at home in his tux just reading a large book. That's Peter's style.
But what I don't get is a guy coming up to me with one of those cocktails with the big reveal on it and all the smoke comes out around the glass.
No, you mean Teresa doesn't make those for you at home while you're reading your books?
Sadly, no.
I'm so picturing this, guys. You've painted an amazing description of the ambience on board. And I'm feeling really envious. I just want to be on board right now.
Well, we're taking you there.
Well, where did you go?
Well, sure. Well, on this particular cruise, it was the inaugural and with a christening. So we started in Rome. Then the christening was in Malta. So we had an overnight there. That was quite special. Just such a historic location, just beautiful. With the walls of the city there, and then Naples. We did sail through Sardinia, docked in Ajaccio in Corsica.
Oh, it's one of my favorite places on earth.
Yeah,
just incredible. And then back to Rome.
I just love all of those ramparts and the walled, old school, beautiful stone walled parts around Corsica and just cruising around that because you've got such aqua waters and it's quite an arid coastline as well. It is absolutely stunning, let alone walking around there and having time to explore. Yeah,
Malta too, I think, has a very old traditional feel to it. Love the soldiers firing their guns. I mean, they really did look like toy soldiers in their red trousers and black bear hats. But we did manage to tuck in quite a few Oceania shore excursions, including meeting the locals, which was a really, really interesting affair. We saw the last shipbuilder in Malta, he was a great guy. His grandfather had started the yard, and there he was trying to continue the tradition.
So apparently you got to go to his home?
We actually got to his 400-year-old home.
Oh my God, that's
400-year-old.
Let's just bear in mind here in Australia, that's almost twice as old as Australia. So...
I mean, no surprise he's renovating.
Of course.
But so you got all of that history from the man who actually lives there. I thought it was a really terrific thing. And I think Oceania does specialise in those meet the local tours, which are really well arranged. So it's a great story to take home.
That sounds divine. And I know that you guys only had 7 days. So, I mean, there are a lot of ports there that you've stopped at, and it sounds like the shore excursions just had so much to offer.
Look, we went around Capri, Limoncello, of course. Saw the limoncello factory. And I actually had lunch in this amazing grand hotel. And there was only 2 of us in this hotel. And we had this cheese board that was enormous, like really enormous. And I was really embarrassed because I thought the waiters had mistaken us for the whole ship. But they were delightful and very welcoming.
There's no such thing as too much cheese, Peter, I have to say. So, okay, enough about the food. Jason, I know everyone is waiting to hear exactly what the best cuisine at sea tastes like. Let's talk about it. How does it taste?
Yeah, well, definitely. We have 12 dining venues on Vista, and 4 of them are brand new.
Wow.
Yeah. Those who know Oceania will be familiar with some of their favorites. So, again, let's unbuckle our belts and take a tour.
Yeah, expanding the waistline as we speak. Okay, what's the newest one?
So our newest restaurant concepts are Aquamar Kitchen, which we discussed earlier with all the different avocado tests. Just a nice, clean, healthy option. And that's open for breakfast and lunch every day. And again, no reservations required, no cost at all. And then our other specialty dining experience is Ember. So this is kind of a buzzy New York bistro, I would describe it. Inventive American foods. Things like braised short ribs on polenta, crab cakes, And maybe for dessert, we have this apple pie paired with a sweet corn ice cream. So that's that
Oh,
forward kind of inventive American flavor. That is
Lovely,
open for
lovely,
dinner.
lovely atmosphere there, I must say.
I love the
Yeah,
name Ember. That
Really
pretty
good.
much that
Yeah.
says it all. That really sets the scene.
Really good speakeasy atmosphere, and they've actually got one of those amazing electric fires with a flame on it
Yes.
that gives you the feeling that you are sort of, it's late at night, it's cold outside, and
Well,
and
the
you're inside.
embers, really, the embers.
That's it.
It'd be wrong not to have a fireplace in somewhere called Ember.
Spot on.
And
spot
I
on.
hear special things about the baristas. I'm quite particular about my coffee, so this is
yes.
good to
Well,
know.
all the ships have a barista bar with handmade, handcrafted coffees, lattes, long blacks, all the traditional, flavors that everyone's used to. And on Vista, we've added a bakery. So
Whoa.
next to baristas, there's a seating area now with booths and small tables just for you to gather, relax, read a book, what have you. And it overlooks the pool area. And you can see the sea as well when you're at sea. And we've added this bakery that serves fresh baked French and Italian pastry all day.
Oh,
So,
yum.
yeah, just incredible. This is my favorite spot on the ship for sure.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I think what was really significant about baristas was that when we went there early, because it was a breakfast favorite for us, all the chefs were also at baristas, having coffee, talking about the day, and eating those pastries. So you knew they were good, and they were there the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So it's obviously a thing
the
on the
place
ship.
to be.
Absolutely.
That says everything.
So a great coffee, as you said, Jason. And then there's Oceania's fine dining favourites, the Polo Grill, a terrific steakhouse, and one of my personal favourites, Toscana. Flawless Italian service, and I really, really love Italian service. I think the way they do things is about food is so respectful and really, really makes you feel hungry. And they even had, of course, an olive oil sommelier.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yep. He had
That's
24
awesome.
bottles of olive oil and took us through every one of them. Hand-blown Venetian glass, Carrera marble everywhere, of course, which is, a bit of
The best.
it's a bit of a signature part of the line. They say many of the recipes originated from the grandmothers of the crew who cook in the kitchens. And I absolutely believe that. Even the way they describe it, as you're asking what their specials are, is enough to make you salivate.
Nonna. I love that. Nonna's recipes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is divine. What else is there, Jason?
Yeah, we have our Asian fusion restaurant, Red Ginger. So that's kind of Pan-Asian, a number of different cuisines. So things from Thailand, Korea, Japan, Malaysia. One of our biggest hits is the duck watermelon salad. I don't know if you tried that, Peter.
Oh, yeah, delicious.
That sounds like me. Yes.
Yeah. And the miso-covered fish was absolutely first class.
Oh, this is killing me.
Yes. And then there's the grand dining room. Think 4-piece orchestra, hand-cooked crepe Suzette, tuxedo-wearing, white-gloved staff, real old-fashioned service. We had beef Wellington, lobster tail, and I've got to say, the best key lamb pie I have had anywhere.
Key lamb or key lime?
Key lime. Yeah, we'll have the lamb tomorrow.
Oh, this just sounds too good to be true. I mean, honestly, I knew this was going to be delicious to
Yes.
listen to, but this is
But
killing
hard,
me.
right?
This is difficult. This
And there's
is
more.
great.
There's more, Rose. So
Oh,
we've
no.
got our terrace cafe. That's more informal, relaxed, al fresco dining throughout the day, and the menu changes frequently. So there's always innovation there. And then we have our Waves Grill, which is kind of near the pool area, and that serves things like burgers, seafood, sandwiches, and that's more in an open galley scenario. We did add something new to that space as well. So at night, at dinner time, on the other ships, it used to be closed, but we've decided to open it and have fresh made wood-fired pizza.
Oh, delicious.
Imagine that at
Yeah.
sea.
Well,
look-
it's the right region for it, really. You couldn't not. It's just perfect.
And finally, Privé, a marquee venue for culinary celebrations, a maximum of 10 guests, gorgeous setting overlooking the water, an amazing chandelier right in the center of the table. You get served your own menu by your own private chef.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
I don't know. I'm looking at both of you, and you don't seem to be bursting out of your clothes. I mean, those buttons are still done up. How on earth did you manage to consume so much?
It was really easy, Jason. We did not go to the high tea in the Horizons bar. That's how we did it.
That's the
secret.
secret.
That's my secret.
That would have put you over the top.
Oh my goodness.
It would. And look, a lot of them do overlook the pool area. And I personally love the way the pool area has been done. So you can see it right behind us there. And what you notice about it is it's got that astonishing wood effect around the pool. I don't know about you, Jason, but I found that such a great Nordic touch and gave you the feeling that you really were swimming in a pool, in a forest, if you like. It was really lovely. I think some of the architecture and some of the touches on the ship are really very special.
Yeah, they really looked out for the details there in the cabana spaces around the pool deck. It's very unique.
Beautifully designed cabanas, very, very, I haven't seen them anywhere else, really fitted into the whole area. So gave it all a really high design ambience that I really enjoyed.
Now, I've got to say, guys, we've been talking about a lot of food. And for me, once I've eaten a lot of food, I have a little food coma and I need a nana nap. So can you talk me through the accommodation for me to just recline for a moment and have my little power nap?
Well, we were spoilt for choice. So our concierge level suite on deck 9 was 27 square meters and easily took the oversized bags that I can tell you we brought for the glittering ship christening in comfort. So it also offered complimentary laundry service, which
that's
you
important.
and you and I know, very important. Private concierge lounge, which meant there was somewhere for us to go and sit.
Fabulous.
And unlimited access to the Aquamar Spa, which we've discussed, and a shoe shine service. Hey, what's wrong with that? For Lotto winners, you can try the penthouse Oceania Vista and Owner's Suites, which are massive. I mean, really, with bathrooms, walk-in wardrobes, enormous terraces, butlers, in-suite dining, modern artworks, and flowers. And at 222 square meters with a double balcony, private dining, and 24-hour butler service, well, it is the way to go if money's no object.
I can't even get my head around that. I mean, that's the problem. You experience something like that and then you have to go home. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 available, the owner suites, and they run the full beam of the ship. So it's a first for us, just huge space.
I have to say, I snuck in to one who I think may have belonged to the owners. And it was, the balcony is just to die for.
But Jason, am I guessing rightly that they're always booked out?
Those are typically booked early in the season launch. So every season launch, it's typically you'll see those top suites book up quickly. So we always urge everyone to pre-register your interest on a particular sailing if you have those particular staterooms in mind. Just so you can make sure.
Well, I have them in mind. I don't have them in budget. So, okay, let's just say there's someone like me who wants to be on board traveling solo. You guys are also amazing at catering for solo travelers these days too.
Yeah, this is our first ship with bespoke built solo cabins. So we have 6 staterooms, veranda, concierge staterooms for solos. And they're quite spacious for a solo traveler. And the balcony I was surprised at the space on the balcony as well.
Yeah, me too. We took a tour. And they really are, I think, very respectful. So as a single person, you get all the same accoutrements that everybody else has got.
Well, that's
you don't
true.
Feel
I mean, I may travel solo, but, I definitely still bring enough luggage for 5 people. So that is good to know. And I love to kick back on my balcony and just have some time out from, everything else on the ship and just recharge the batteries. So, large balcony space, that says a lot as well. The Vista is the latest in a fleet of 7 ships. Am I right, Jason? And there's another new ship coming in 2025. Can I put my hand up now and put bags on that, please?
We're penciling you in right here.
Pencil?
We're
No.
very we're very excited for Allura. It'll be our 8th ship launching in 2025, but it does go on sale next month in August. So we're
You got that,
really,
Peter? You got the,
yeah.
You got the memo.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't
On
worry,
sale next
we'll
month.
be there.
That actually really clearly demonstrates just the level of demand for your cruises, because people do want to book in advance. They want to look forward to this and know that it's on the horizon, and it does sell out very, very quickly. So that's a really good note for our listeners. On sale next month for the 2025 voyage.
I think the important part about this ship, and there was a lot of discussion about this on board. I think there were a lot of professional travel writers like us on board, and everyone said the same thing. The amazing thing is that it takes the upper premium area of cruising, which is really kind of a very popular area, to a new level. And I know that's a bit of a cliche. In fact, I can remember asking people, so what was this? And one person said, well, it's upper premium.
It's in the clouds.
Okay, I get it. It's upper premium. But it really is a superb experience. I mean, how you divide, there's a tissue really between this and luxury cruising.
I mean, how high can you go? I mean, Vista's sister ship, Jason, I mean, will it have similar amenities? I mean, you're continuously improving things. How do you keep doing that?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll learn, from Vista and see if there's anything we can tweak. But for the most part, we're really happy with what Vista has to offer, and Allura is going to be very similar.
Well, when you achieve perfection, yeah.
And I think, Jason, you've also just introduced a new value-added proposition for guests, which I think is really important.
We did. Just this month, our new always-on promotion will be called Simply More. So it replaces O-Life Choice, where you had to choose one of 3 onboard amenities. So now with Simply More, you get all that value, and it's simple to understand. So you get more value, and it's simple. So the standard offer will mean free prepaid gratuities on all bookings, shore excursion dollars, which you can use for any shore excursion. There's no ring fencing.
Yep.
And then all guests will enjoy champagne, wine, and more. And it's over 30 different types of fantastic wines and champagnes to choose from.
Yep.
Everyone will always have specialty dining included, so you never pay for food. And we're now adding Wi-Fi login for free. So you'll have 2 Wi-Fi logins per stateroom included in your cruise. So really value-added proposition. You don't really have to worry about spending much money. You can always add on if you want additional shore excursions, for instance, but for the most part, things are covered for you.
All bases are covered.
So important. So
just
important.
For instance, on that value with the drinks, you'll have champagne, wine, and more at lunch and dinner. But if you're a really aficionado, you like your single malt scotches or your specialty drinks, you can just upgrade for $30 per person per day to the premium package. So there's always that offer as well.
That's so reasonable as well. I mean, people don't realise just how much it adds up to at the end for simple things like your Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So
agree.
And gratuities. I mean, that's the stuff you think is not going to be significant, but when it's included, you absolutely appreciate that at the end of the cruise.
And who wants bill shock at the end of their cruise?
No, it's
what a
the
spoiler.
worst.
I mean, I so agree. And actually all the essentials are there, and that's actually the way it should be, so people can actually enjoy their time on the cruise ship. And, let's talk about the value of cruising today. So, I really felt, on this particular voyage that when we got off, we went to Rome, we stayed in Rome for a couple of days, and our hotel was €900, which is about $1,400 Aussie. So
you're better off on the
hotel. And great news. I got breakfast, but nothing else. So, but, to entertain myself, to actually move about the city, to go and have lunch, to go and have dinner, would have added enormously to that. And yet,
how does that compare?
Well, exactly. So if you look at the numbers, obviously, I would have been spending somewhere in the region of $25,000, $30,000 for the same few days that I would have spent on Vista. And do you agree, Jason? I mean, it's an amazing value proposition now.
Yeah, just when we look at some examples of Mediterranean sailings next year, there's 10-day sailings, probably in the 5,000 per person range. So that's
500 a day.
500 per person per day. So
That's
really
amazing.
reasonable.
So a third of my hotel bill.
That is amazing.
For one night.
And
with no food.
Well, without the spa, the cuisine, the everything,
And all
the
of those,
entire experience.
added luxuries. So it's really the best way now to go and see Europe, I think.
I couldn't agree more. And so that one that you mentioned, Jason, that's actually the 10-day cruise from Athens to Istanbul in July or August of next year. So for just over $5,000, actually it's $5,309. That is an absolute bargain in my book. That's, especially considering everything we've just mentioned that's included. So, yeah, cruise really is. I'm sold. Jason, can you just go ahead and book my suite for the Allure in 2025, please?
That'll be the
Yeah,
owner's suite.
we'll pre-register you guys.
Pre-registered.
The owner's suite. Great. Good to, we got that on camera, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
And I should mention, with the value proposition, not only do we have this Simply More offering, but in July and August, we actually have a winter sale in Australia and New Zealand. So there's select sailings that are even better value to be had in 2023 and 2024. So definitely worth taking a look and seeing what value is available. And that's all paired with that Simply More offer that I mentioned.
I just love more. More, please.
Absolutely. That's
more.
fantastic. And so, Jason, just remind us what the website URL is that we should be looking at.
Sure. OceaniaCruises.com.
Okay. Too easy.
Brilliant.
Jason, this just sounds like an incredible opportunity, and we're so grateful for your time today on this episode. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Yeah, it was a great cruise. It's a very, very lovely ship, and you should be very proud of it. Thanks a lot for your time, Jason.
Thanks so much to both of you, and I look forward to seeing you on Allura.
Cruise and Travel, our print magazine featuring Peter's review of Oceania Vista, is on sale now at selected newsagents, or better still, you can subscribe at cruisepassenger.com.au/magazine and get it delivered right to your home.
Yes, please. And join our 130,000 subscribers who take our weekly newsletter free at cruisepassenger.com.au/newsletters.
And we will see you next time at On Board, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Might be on the top deck near the pool.
Absolutely. That's for me. See you soon.
See you guys.
Bye.